Okay, so the Carabao Cup first round draw has just taken place for next season. There's a couple of things we need to go over before we start. There is no longer seedings, so that means Championship sides can draw each other and League 2 sides can draw each other. Extra time has been removed for all rounds except the final. Penalty shootouts have been reversed back to the original format. So it was A, B, B, A, and now it's just going to be, one each. A, B, A, B. VAR is to be used at every Premier League stadium. No away goals in the semi-finals, and the final is going to take place on the 24th of February. So I was looking at, and I was like, oh, it starts at 10:45, so I'll get up and watch that. And I thought, oh yeah, that'll be great. And I was like, oh, this will be fine. And then I was like, well, why can't I find it? I thought it'd be on the Carabao Cup Twitter page. So I went onto their website, live text coverage. Now I know it's in Vietnam, and I have no problem with that. That's where the company is based. It's based in Asia, and that's where they want the draw to be held. Certainly the first round draw. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But not to have it televised at all is really fucking stupid. It's not as stupid as having it at like 3 in the morning like it was last year, but hey ho. Right, so here we go. So the northern section is first. Crew Alexandra have drawn Fleetwood. Tranmere versus Walsall. Rotherham United versus Wigan. Sheffield United versus Hull City. Grimsby versus Rochdale. Some really, there's a lot of draws here that are just, League 1 versus League 1, Championship versus Championship, and League 2 versus League 2. That is a case throughout. Macclesfield versus Bradford. Scunthorpe versus Doncaster Rovers. In a big clash in the Championship. Leeds will play Bolton. Sunderland versus Sheffield Wednesday. Middlesbrough versus Notts County. That's a good travel for Notts County. That's a good draw. Nottingham Forest versus Bury. Preston will host Morecambe. Port Vale versus Lincoln City. Mansfield versus Accrington. Carlisle versus Blackburn Rovers. It's a great draw for Carlisle. That could be televised for sure. Barnsley will go to Blackpool. Shrewsbury Town will play Burton Albion, and that's all League 1 clash. Oldham have drawn Derby. Another great draw. That could be televised. So that is the northern section. The south section is as follows. First one out was a great one. Yeovil will be playing Aston Villa. That could be televised. Cheltenham versus Colchester. Portsmouth versus AFC Wimbledon. Millwall versus Gillingham. Reading versus Birmingham City. Southend United will play Brentford. Bristol Rovers have drawn Crawley. West Brom will host Luton. Milton Keynes Dons will play Charlton. Exeter versus Ipswich. And Swindon versus Forest Green. And we continue. Norwich versus Stevenage. Wycombe versus Northampton. Oxford versus Coventry City. QPR versus Peterborough. Cambridge versus Newport. And the final one out was Bristol City versus Plymouth. So that's the whole draw. There were some pretty good ties. 2 or 3 that I thought, wow, that's a great draw. Yeovil versus Aston Villa. Oldham versus Derby. And of course, Blackburn going to Carlisle. Obviously, with the seeding being taken away, it does sort of stop many clashes. But, I understand why they've done that. Because they really cocked up the second round. You had to pick up a ball. You picked up a ball from the seeded team. And then you picked up a ball from the non-seeded team in the second round. And then you had to pick the ball if they played home or away. It was a right kerfuffle, and this way it's much better just having all of the teams in the same pot. It avoids a lot of confusion. There was so much confusion in the second round. So this will take place the first week after the first fixtures of the league. So that'll be like the 14th and the 15th of August. These will be later televised. The Carabao Cup or League Cup is owned TV rights wise by Sky, so they'll be announcing a couple of fixtures probably that they will be broadcasting live. I probably will watch them. I love the, non-league, well, not non-league, the lower league sides against the bigger sides. One of my favourite games to watch is the FA Cup, but this is just as good, nearly. So that's your full draw. Tell me what you think. If you're a fan, do you prefer the seeded or non-seeded? Tell me down below. Subscribe if you are new. I am Mike, and I will see you soon.